I feel like maybe this is just me not, thinking incorrectly, but I feel like you guys kind of mastered if it's a technique of like, you're always buying new kits, you're always selling your kits, you're always buying new kits, you always have the nice new of new. Is there some sort of technique, or how are you guys, are you guys just eating it every spring or fall when you're selling your old and buying your new? Or have you guys kind of figured out
You're
how to...
talking about the Cody factor.
Cody factor, yeah. Have you guys mastered that technique
of
being able to recreate on these machines and not having it like
Cody's
tear
in the
into
green.
your...
Cody's the only guy I know that he makes money doing this sport.
Yes.
So it actually,
are you willing to share your secrets, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, it's just time, and I'm a nerd. Like it actually started a long time ago when I just didn't really have money. I was a big ski bum, right? Like I spent a lot of time skiing. So it's actually started in high school. Used to buy and sell. I had a buddy whose parents were doctors, so he would get a credit card. I didn't grow up with a lot of money, so we would go to ski swaps. And we would just buy started out with goggles. He would buy all these goggles, buy all these things, and I would take them to school, flip them, we'd share the profit.
There you go.
So kind of how it kind of started, right? There, then it moved into skis. I would work ski swaps. I'd buy all this stuff, flip it. I'd buy what I wanted, and I'd usually be in the green, but I'd also get what I wanted.
Did you ever buy from Steep and Cheap?
No.
Have you heard of that?
I have.
Yeah,
I have.
But it's like back when daily deal sites were a thing.
No, Cody goes another. I think
another level.
His Craigslist Facebook Marketplace thing. I know.
Yeah. So now it's all like it was used, right?
Yeah.
Buy used and find good deals. You never know what people are willing to get rid of, and when I got into it, I had kind of always just done that through the ski industry, right? Like I just flip stuff.
Yep.
I would buy and sell, make money in certain areas till I got what I wanted, and then just continued to do it. I work in sales for a living now, and so it kind of made, it was a natural transition. But then it kind of started, once I started making a little bit more money, it actually started with bigger things. So it actually started with snowmobiles.
Yep.
So buy a snowmobile. My first snowmobile I bought, I turned around and traded it for an 05 Banshee four-wheeler that was less than a year old,
mm-hmm.
right? I turned around, traded that into a dealer for more than I paid for my snowmobile. Like it just kind of escalated, snowballed, and that's kind of how it started. And then I do a lot of used. So when I got into this, I traded a Harley. I bought a Harley, traded a Harley for a snow bike. And once I got into this, it's been nonstop. I flipped a lot of bikes. I've done a lot. Now I've got it pretty good to where it's like just been able to work good deals and find different ways to make it to where it's affordable, to where I'm always in newer stuff, and my dollar amount's just higher. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just doing it with a higher dollar amount. Yeah. It's really all it is.
And one thing I would add to this, Cody does have a gift. Not everybody's going to have that. He can communicate really well. He also knows how to make connections and network on a level that I've not seen anybody do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not everybody's going to be as extroverted or that capable. However, I will say this to share with an audience of what can you do to improve that. I'll say that this is one of the X factors. I don't think Cody takes a crap without pulling open Facebook Marketplace and browsing through that. And then when he's done, he gets up and he's got his dead leg because he's good at okay, where's the market? Okay, I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna ask this guy, hey, would you lower your price on that? So he's got some irons in the fire there.
Yeah.
And he doesn't waste his time. And I joke about the whole toilet seat thing, but it's just the point being, everybody can kind of go and be trying to not only educate yourself on what the market's doing for stuff like that, but also communicate some and just throw some messages out there and see what people are willing to sell their things for.
Yeah.
And that helps. And then, and then, I mean, it's on a whole nother level with the leveraging of the group.
Yeah.
And that's where
Yeah.
Cody's really found some opportunities there.
Yeah. We'll get into that in just a second, but
Yeah.
is there something specific that you are looking for on the marketplace, or like what if I'm new, can I just download real quick from you like one or two things that is just gonna like set me in the right trajectory here?
So I mean, I don't care what industry you're in, learn it, right? Like I learn it, I know it, I know what market value is of used stuff. So if you're trying to get into snow
Used
biking,
stuff, new stuff,
whatever it is, right? Learn where those markets are and be able to. I'll search like certain brands, see what they're going for sold and used, and I just find honestly on the used stuff, I'll find vulnerable people. Like it sounds bad, but you never know who wants to sell
who needs to
get rid
sell
of it.
something fast,
and
right?
I find there's enough of it out there, especially with Facebook these days. Like, I mean, this started back when there was forums, right? I used to be on Snow West all the time.
Yeah.
So I used to do it in forums. Now you can just open your phone and scroll through a
But
few things.
Cody, he's not like shady with it. He just,
No.
all it is just seeing, okay, look, where is their limit? And he's
Right.
not like pressuring them in an inappropriate way of like, well, you're an idiot if you don't give me a better deal. It's not like that.
No.
It's just a matter of like, what's your price? Okay, here's what I'm comfortable with, and then you just find that happy. And then there's ways to do that, and that's just
and you
sales.
can do it tactfully. It's honestly like I'll ask people, are you? I'll find. So I'll use this as an example. So I help a lot of people. Everybody in our group right now, almost everybody, I have probably got their bikes and got their kits for them.
1,000%. Everyone, he's like the library. Like, oh hey, go check with Cody first.
If you want a good
Yeah,
deal and
it's
you
funny.
want something, like just because I pay attention to it enough. So I mean, we'll have, hey, what is a budget, right? And we'll go out, we'll find a bunch and just ask questions. And my biggest thing is I find out, one, are you open to offers? Ask the typical questions about whether we'll stay with a bike, right? Hey, any issues that go on? Just find out information. Are you open to offers? Well, I already know kind of where we want to be, and I may go below it. Hey, what I have to spend, this is what I've got. Are you open to this? If you're not, I totally get it. This is just what I have to spend. And you'd be surprised at how many people are like, you know what? Yeah, let's make it happen. Or they're at least going to counter in some.
Come down a little bit. Yeah.
Come down a little bit, and you just kind of find that out. You figure out, you find a good deal, and you just have to be able to jump on it when they come.
Yeah.
There's little things you learn. One of the things that was just funny that I remember learning, way back in the day was, if you see somebody with a photo they post for let's say their snow bike or snowmobile, and it's of them like shredding, and they're like sponsored and maybe a racer or something like that. Don't translate that in your head as like, oh, well, then this is a great deal or a great buy. It's actually the opposite. They're probably pretty hard on it, and like the old guy that's in his 70s that's selling it and it's got low hours, or just or that they're just not the rider type that was hard on it. That those are these little things that you pick up and that Cody's definitely mastered.
That's a filter you've got there.
Yeah,
kind of
it
a
really
filter
is.
there.
Yeah, and we talk about these things. You
Yeah,
know, when
absolutely.
we go to buy stuff, we'll kind of throw, hey, what do you think? Oh, I got this guy. Oh, do you know this person? Do you know? So there is. Again, the network helps with that as well. Of having the right riding group to kind of kick stuff off. We've even done stuff where I'll call and then he'll call.
Have multiple
to have
people
more
working
people
on.
call the same guy.
Oh, that's a very common thing.
Oh.
One of
Yeah.
our other guy, Travis, and I do a lot with bikes.
Hey, will you do 2,000? Hey,
He'll
call
talk
him
them
up real
down.
quick.
He'll talk them down to a certain point, so
Yeah.
at least we know they'll go to there.
Yep.
And then he'll pull out.
So the
and then
discomfort.
somebody come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're strategic sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys see a Cody or a Garrett
right.
message you on
know-
Marketplace, don't work with these guys.
You know
We need to give
we're,
ourselves
you
like
know we're
accents
gonna work
now.
down.
Start to
I
disguise
know
us.
we
No.
should have did a different name for you guys.
It's super funny
Hello,
though.
Fuss.
But,
How much is you
but when it
wanting
comes
for?
down to it, you're not forcing them
No.
to hand over their machine, right?
No.
Like that person has come to the conclusion
It's
or
the
the
game you
agreement
play.
that
It's the game
gonna
you play
sell,
when you're going to go into
I'm
a
gonna
market.
sell this for
Yeah.
this price.
It sells, right?
Yeah.
It sells. I work in
Yeah.
sales. People talk me down all the time.
Yep.
Right? It's just how bad do you want to get rid of it? And the other piece, I think, to this, like of finding really good deals, you have to be willing to drop of a hat, go and travel sometimes,
Yeah.
or kind of sacrifice some of that. That's
Sure.
like some of the best deals that we've got or come up with. It's like, yeah, I can be there tomorrow, and you're driving 5 hours.
Yeah.
So that's happened as well.
Okay.